Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping in. I sure appreciate it and appreciate you. Today I'm here to take some tomatoes to the face. Literally and metaphorically. Today is a slew of products here, and it ranges from skincare, hair care, fragrance, a little bit of makeup, but there's a few things here that we need to do a first impression on because I do want to follow up on it later down the road, and some confessions that I need to make and an apology perhaps. So let's go ahead and just kind of get started here. I've mentioned it in my last video about hair care or scalp care. So I've really struggled overall head to toe with dryness. I'm no longer in the normal to dry category. I'm in the dry to very dry category on every inch of my body. Part of it is my climate. I live in the deserts of Arizona. We are definitely in warmer temperatures, so the temperatures are not helping either. And then also I have an autoimmune disease called Sjogren's. I'm not going to give too much information on that. A simple Google search will suffice for that. But it is an autoimmune disease that is categorized by its dryness. Usually Sjogren sufferers have dry eye, dry mouth, and basically just overall dryness. And so all these factors are working against me right now, and so I've gone from dry to very dry despite all my efforts. I am working very close with a dermatologist who I see monthly at this point. And so she's really helped me turn the corner in skincare, body care, just overall care in my dryness factors. So I want to share some of the stuff that I've been using that have really benefited me and give you some impressions. Well, some of them are going to be first impressions. Some of these I've used for quite some time. And it's not all skincare. There is definitely some makeup in here. But let me quit blabbering. Let's just roll. Hair care, which is where I started this conversation. With my dryness, I have an extremely dry scalp. I was using a hair oil, not a scalp oil. I really wasn't seeing results, but I got with my dermatologist, and I mean, like, y'all, it was so bad. I was crying myself to sleep at night because my scalp itched so bad, and I kept getting checked for lice. I kept getting checked for fungal infections, and my dermatologist finally was the one that figured it out for me. She says that it was excessive dryness. I said, how is that possible? I don't have any flakes. I don't have any dandruff. Isn't that the sign of dryness? She goes, it's a sign of dryness. She goes, but your scalp is so dry that there's nothing to even flake off. Like, we've got to start softening your scalp, getting it hydrated so you can get the dead skin off so that you don't itch so bad. And she told me to, sorry, my voice is kind of popping in and out there. But she told me to go ahead and get a scalp oil that's designed for normal to dry hair. This was on the list of recommendations, but it was the most affordable option that she did. And I picked this up at Walmart. And this is Hair Proud. It's Hydrate and Nourish Locks of Love Scalp and Hair Rescue Oil. It has rosemary, squalane, and scalp barrier boosting actives. It is color safe and vegan. I'll show you what the bottle looks like here. It's called Hair Proud. Again, I got this at Walmart. I will link it down below. The product and the formula is really, really great. The packaging sucks. This is a plastic bottle. It feels very cheap. And the dropper is even cheaper. It's a plastic dropper. And as you can see, it does not do a very good job of holding the product. So it does drip. To me, it's not crucial because, again, the formula is working for me. And when my scalp gets dry and like starting to itch again, I just put some of this on my fingers, rub it together, and start like massaging it into my scalp. The relief is almost instantaneously. I say almost. It's like within 5 minutes. It depends on how bad my scalp is. And I'm actually starting to get flakes, which I know most people would be horrified of, but I'm excited because that means I'm hydrated enough that it's actually flaking off. And that means I'm making some progress in my scalp care. I've been using this for about 2 weeks now. And so this is more of a first impression, but so far I am thoroughly impressed. I'm thoroughly enjoying this product. So if you guys need a little scalp help, I highly recommend this so far. But of course, I will come back. I like to give it at least 2 months, so I'll come back when this is probably gone, or 2 months, whichever comes first, and give you a roundup review on it. This isn't makeup or skincare, but I just wanted to mention them because I'm absolutely loving these right now. This is the Finery line from Target. So this one is my absolute all-time favorite. This is the Midnight Cafe. You can see Maybe you can see I've made a small dent in this already for the amount of product, but I'm using this one right now for spring. This is Flower Bed, and I really like these. I wish they had a little bit longer lasting power. This one definitely is a much softer and not as intense, of course, as the perfume, because this is like a more of a body spray. So they don't last quite as long as I'd like. However, I don't mind a touch up midday, so that's okay with me. But I'm really loving the scent, and these actually don't cause a reaction on my skin like most other perfumes do. I usually get like a little bit of redness where I spray it and it kind of itches for a couple of hours. It does go away, but I still torture myself because I like to smell good. But these are the only ones that I've come across that actually don't give me any kind of rash. I itch for about 2 or 3 minutes, but it's much better compared to the 2 or 3 hours with other ones. But these are really great. I think they are Target exclusives. I've never seen them anywhere else, and they just came out with a bunch of new scents. So these are really wonderful, and if you're interested, give them a check. Okay, moving into skincare, and the whole tomatoes to the face thing is going to make sense here in just a couple of minutes. But if you are a fellow dry skin person and washing your face in the morning kind of sets you back for the day, then this might be something you might be interested in. This is something that, again, my dermatologist and I settled on together. So this is the Aveeno Calm and Restore Oat. I think it's like oat something. Oat cleanser, the nourishing oat cleanser. So I reached a point where I was no longer washing my face in the morning, but I hated that because I have very mineral hard water here in Arizona, and so it'd make my face tie and dry, and I feel like it just kind of set me up for failure for the rest of the day. This product here, though, I don't get that dryness, I don't get that tightness, and I feel like it's a very gentle remover, very hydrating, very calming, just like the bottle says. So if you're a fellow dry face person in the mornings and you're really struggling with that first wash, I highly recommend this. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of it. I started this in early January, so this is like a midpoint review. I'm exceptionally happy with this. I do see myself repurchasing this. It says it's fragrance free. It has a scent though, but it's more of like an oat scent, so it's like an ingredient scent. It's not an added scent that they've added to it. It says fragrance free, but it does smell. It kind of threw me off for a minute the first few times I used it, but you get used to it, and it doesn't linger on your face. It doesn't linger on your hands when you're done washing. So again, this is one I highly recommend. Now, I do love my e.l.f. makeup melting balm, but I was just kind of itching for something new at the time I purchased this, and this has been a great purchase. This is the La Roche-Posay Lipicart AP Plus Gentle Foaming Cleansing Oil. So I use this kind of in a double way here. I actually use it as a first cleanse or a makeup remover. It does a pretty great job, and it's literally designed for dry to extra dry skin. So that's kind of what led me into this. Again, I have no problems with my e.l.f. makeup melting balm. It's incredible. My skin feels great. I was just itching for something new and gave this a shot. As you can see, I've got a pretty good going on this one. I use probably about half a pump per use, so this is going to last a long time. I believe this was $16.99 at Target, so it's a little more cost effective than the e.l.f. Makeup melting balm, because I think it's like $11 for the jar, and I feel like I go through the jar in a month. I've already been using this for a month, and I'm only right here, so I feel like it's a little more cost effective, but I really like it. I don't get that dry, tight feeling at all. My skin feels baby butt smooth. I will say that if it's a heavy makeup day, like if it's a full coverage foundation day or a waterproof mascara, you might need more than half a pump. You might need to cleanse twice. But for your average makeup day, this is doing a great job of removing it and keeping my skin soft. My dermatologist and I determined together through testing that toners actually benefit me. I know toners are very controversial. Is it controversial? Controversial? I don't know how to correctly pronounce that word, and I feel kind of dumb when I try to say it too quickly. So I'm just going to preface this with, I'm not actually confident in the way you pronounce that word. So it's a little bit controversial. We're going to go with that one for right now. But I like toners. Toners for me, if I get a truly hydrating toner, they work really great for me. And I've been delving into Korean skincare, which I have quite a bit of that in front of me, and I'm very excited to share this with you. But this one actually came out a recommendation from Jen Phelps' channel, and because she also has dry skin, so I follow her recommendations quite frequently. But this is the Haru Wonder Black Rice Toner. This does a great job of extending my base hydration. And what I mean by that is no matter how dramatic or heavy or hydrating my skincare is, or my moisturizer. My voice is going out again, y'all. I don't know what the deal is. I better not be getting sick again. But without a toner, I can usually feel my face start to get kind of tight, and I feel like I need to go wash it and rehydrate. Usually about mid-afternoon, that 2-3 o'clock point. But when I use a hydrating toner, I feel like it extends the wear of my hydration, and I don't feel that dry and tightness until much later in the evening, like 6 or 7 o'clock. So for me, and with my dermatologist recommendation, we do stick with the toner. I say we, as if she's part of this. I stick with the toner. This toner really does help, and this is a really nice one. I do like the component that it comes into. It's got a nice little stopper. So what I do is I just put a couple drops in my hand and then just pat it into my face right after I'm done washing with my 2 cleansers I showed you, and just pat that in and wait a couple seconds, let that absorb. And then I go into my CosRX Snail Mucin. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a sticky snail mucin, but it's actually really not sticky on your face once you rub it in. I grabbed this as a recommendation from my sweet friend Laura Fagelman's channel. She really enticed me to pick this up, and I'm really glad I did. As you can see, I've been using this since about mid-January as well, so this is another midpoint review along with the toner. So these are not final reviews, but this is going to last me a long time because, like I said, I use this every single day. I use a pump and a half every time I do my face, and I've been using it since mid-January, so we're creeping on 2 months, and that's all I've gotten. So this is going to last me a while, which I'm very excited about, and it's still pretty affordable considering the cost of skincare these days. So I wash my face, toner, snail mucin, and then we go into vitamin C serum. Okay, so this is going to lead me into my Korean skincare, y'all, and let me tell you something. I got my first PR package. I was absolutely blown away. I was certain it was a scam because I have like 350 subscribers at the time they reached out to me. Why me? Why me? I'm a dork. My editing skills kind of suck in videos, but they saw something in me and they asked if they could send me some products, and I was just so humbled and so grateful because it's Korean skincare. And so I was just absolutely blown away. So first of all, my biggest thanks goes to you guys, because without you guys hanging out with me, this wouldn't have happened. And again, I'm just so incredibly humbled and so grateful. And this gave me an opportunity to try Korean skincare that I wouldn't have purchased on my own initially, just because, well, I didn't know about them, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm just getting into skincare. I'm really following into it. But let me tell you about it. They are called Sungbun Editor, and I will put their information up here. They are actually, I did some research on like K-beauty websites and stuff. They actually have been around in the Korean skincare industry for quite some time. They have some really popular products in Korea. They are just trying to break into the US industry, and that's why they had asked if they could send me some products. And let me tell y'all, I definitely have some thoughts on my first impression. Skincare is something that you don't benefit from immediately. In most cases. I do have something to say about a different product, but in most cases you don't benefit from it right away. So this is just first impression information, and I'm going to do a follow-up video on this in much more detail later on. But this is the Sungbun Editor. Okay, I'm going to absolutely butcher this. I'm so sorry. I'm going to put the name up here so you can read it. Myoru Podu Vita C Dark Spot Ampule. So ampules are basically just an intensified version of a serum. They're meant to be treatment style serums. However, this is gentle enough to be used every day. I did confirm that with the company themselves. And I have been using this for about a week now, but I've been using this for actually 2 weeks now. And I must say that I enjoy this more than the Ordinary vitamin C serum. Now, let me tell you something. My vitamin C serum from The Ordinary is 12%. This, the ingredients are in Korean, so I apologize. I can't remember if this is 3% or 3.5%. I have 2 vitamin C products. One of them's 3, one of them's 3.5. Bear with me. But considering that it's less intense dosage. That might be why I like it better. The reason I like it better is so much more hydrating. So much more hydrating. And of course, I haven't seen any dark spot correction yet. It's going to take some time, but my initial impression is so far it feels super hydrating. It feels really good. I'm really enjoying testing this, and I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to do a follow-up video with you guys in no sooner than 2 months. Like I said, I like to use it for 3 months before I make a decision, because my opinions of these go up and down, because it depends on my skin that day. It depends on my feelings that day. You know, I am who I am. But it is a clear serum. So here it is. It's clear. It absorbs quickly. It feels really great. It does not have a scent that I'm able to tell. I was reading some reviews on Yes Style, and some people said it has a scent. I don't smell it. I don't smell it. I smell nothing. I don't know. I smell absolutely nothing. So it absorbs really nice. You can see it's very like, well, hydrating. I don't know what else to tell you there. So I'm currently in the process of using this. I'm very happy with it so far. We will come back and update, but that's the vitamin C part of my routine. So green tomato to the face. This comes in a literal and metaphorical part of this video today. The actual literal part of the tomato to the face is the Sunboon editor. I keep them in the box just so I can keep track of everything. So that's why I'm like unpackaging it. It's not that I haven't used it. It's just let me be me. Okay. This is the green tomato pore lifting ampule. So this one is also really great. This one has green tomato, daisy flower, collagen, anti-sebum P, and a couple other things I can't pronounce, and PHAs. The PHAs are an exfoliation factor. It's just not as intense as other exfoliants, AHAs, BHAs. So it's a much more gentle exfoliant. It's specifically designed for sensitive skin. So I've been using this every other day right now. The PHA aspect of it, which I'll get to with a different product that Sunboon Editor sent me in just a minute, so I'll get to the details of that. But because of the exfoliation factor of this, I've been using it every other day. I do intend to work up to every day, but I need to go slow with this because of the contents of it. Again, I'll explain when I get to this other product in a minute, but this is made with green tomato extracts as well, and so it does have a bit of a cloudy greenish color because it's green tomato. Hi, hello. I do really like the dropper. The dropper gives like a perfect pea-sized drop. I don't feel like it's too much. I don't feel like it's too little. This one does have a scent, but it's very fresh, very earthy. But honestly, once it's fully absorbed in my skin, I no longer smell it. I personally don't have a sensitivity to fragrance, so I mean, I rub that right in here. You can see like how shiny my hand is. Everything is so hydrating. This was that first product. It is fully absorbed, but you can kind of see how my skin just looks really nice there on my hand. And then here's that one that I just used. It's still absorbing, but like the smell's already disappearing. So this is the literal green tomato part of this. So after I've used my serums, I go into a moisturizer, which is also new to me, and also Sunboon Editor. I'm telling you, I'm really enjoying these products. As a first impression only. This is another one of those names I can't pronounce, the Mioru Podo Vita C Dark Spot Cream. This is the other one that and this jar is so luxe. I feel so fancy. This one also does not have a scent. It is purple. Of course, it doesn't actually look purple. Let's see if I can grab a little bit here. But this one is also less than 4%. So between the two vitamin C cream and ampule, it's about 7.5%. So it is less than my ordinary, which was 12%. So that might be why it's more hydrating. However, regardless, I'm going to put this on the inside of my wrist. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I feel like these are exceptionally hydrating, which from my understanding, K-Beauty is a lot of like glass skin style, really hydrating style. This absorbs very quickly. As you can see, there's no shine there. And again, no scent, but there's no purple cast either. I saw that and I was like, oh Lord, I hope that doesn't leave my face purple. But obviously it does not. So that looks really, really great. So again, first impressions, I'm using this every morning, and it has niacinamide, grape water, and a couple other things that I can't pronounce. I will, of course, be linking all of these to this video down below. But that completes my morning skincare. Something else Sungboon Editor sent me as far as skincare goes. They did send me these Blackhead Melting Clear Pads. I haven't used this yet, so I'm not going to talk about it just yet. Once I use it and get some reviews on it, I'll come back. Also, the Deep Collagen Anti-Wrinkle Lifting Mask. I have intentions of checking this out as well very, very soon. I was just making sure all of these skincare products didn't cause any issues with my skin before I started delving into stuff like this. So I will be coming back to this as well. And last, but certainly not least in the group that came from Sungboon Editor, is the Green Tomato Pore Peeling Jumbo Pads. Okay, fellow germaphobe lovers, you're going to get a kick out of this. So this has a flip top, but look at the inside of the flip top. Look at that. They're tongs and they have their own little place, like their own little hook. Oh my goodness. So I actually filmed the first time I used this, so I'm going to scooch over and pop up a little video up here, and I'll keep talking while you're watching that. So my germaphobe heart is really, really excited about the tongs and the fact this is a flip top. The thing about this one is, because it does have PHA in it, it is an exfoliant, and because it's almost a little bit of a physical contact, I wasn't able to use this every day. So for me, my skin barrier is much like my mental status right now. Anything negative is going to cause a complete breakdown. Yeah. So too much exfoliating factors, too much touching and stuff, my skin barrier just absolutely crumbles. So because the ampule has PHA in it, I can't use both of them every day. That is just me personally. However, as you can see from this video, it is mind-blowingly hydrating. I freaking love this stuff. So I think this is actually going to be something that I use a couple times a week. 2, maybe 3. Well, I'm kind of experimenting with that. Of course, again, I am going to come back and talk about this, but yeah, I think this is going to be like my regular exfoliant now. Is just unbelievably hydrating. I don't sit there and crave my moisturizer after I do my exfoliation like I do with my other serums that exfoliate for me, or my other, not serums, but like exfoliating products. I'm just waiting for them to do their job so I can put moisturizer on because I'm crying for my moisturizer. This, I don't even feel like I need moisturizer after. So for that aspect, I absolutely love the hydration, but I just don't think I'm going to get all the pore benefits from it since I can't use it every day. But then again, I am using this ampule, so we're going to see. Of course, skincare takes a while. We'll come back to it, but I just want to shout out to Sungboon Editor real quick. And if you're looking for any new Korean skincare, these guys are pretty affordable and they just came on Amazon. I will, of course, link their store down below, but thank you again to you guys. Thank you again to Sungboon Editor. And again, we will come back and talk about these more later. But let's go ahead and move into makeup and talk about the metaphorical tomato to the face. I'm kind of ashamed, but also like angry, but kind of not all at the same time. Let me explain. In my no buy video, I talked about how I wanted to buy a new foundation. And I said I wanted to try the new Makeup Forever HD hydrating one, but it was $47 and I was not going to spend $47 on a foundation. Well, I'm here to tell you that I did not spend $47 on a foundation. I spent $57 on a foundation. Wait, hold on. I didn't actually spend $57. The foundation cost $57. I used Ulta's 10 off of 50 and a couple points and got it down. But it's a $57 foundation, you guys. But here's the thing, I'm wearing it right now. It's so wonderful. It's absolutely so wonderful. And again, it's still in the box, partly because I'm absolutely terrified of it. And for the first few days I was using it, because of the cost of it, I was trying to convince myself that I didn't like it, but it was an epic fail for convincing myself because I love absolutely everything about this. The Dior Forever Skin Glow. 24-hour radiant foundation, perfection and hydration, concentrated with floral skincare and sunscreen. Okay, you guys, this wears unbelievably well. Unbelievably well. The 24-hour hydration factor, 100%. How do I know this? I wore this for 19 hours. Why did I wear foundation for 19 hours? Because again, I was trying to convince myself that this is a lie. It's not. It's not. It's not. If you're a fellow very dry skin person, you may have to bite the bullet on this one because holy moly, my skin has never looked better in a foundation than this does for me. So I owe y'all an apology. If you haven't thrown the tomatoes yet, go ahead, throw them right now. Sorry. I'm really sorry. And I'm kind of mad about this because now I don't think I can ever go back to drugstore foundations. But I am going to experiment with something because I have always worn warm undertone foundations because I've always been told I have a warm undertone. Well, I was not about to spend this kind of money without being matched exactly in Ulta. And the guy, of course, started with warm undertones. We did one warm, 1W. It looked fine, but he goes, humor me and try the 1N neutral foundation. And I said, those usually pull pink on me or really peach. And he's like, just humor me. So I did. I humored him. And wouldn't you know it, he was right. 1N. Doesn't it look really great? Again, I was trying to convince myself that the neutral was not the right shade. It is. It is. So now I'm seriously questioning every foundation purchase I've ever made with a warm undertone. So I feel like now I need to go out and try some neutral undertones and see if that makes a difference. Why would that make a difference for dryness? I don't know, but I'll let you know because I'm a sucker. And also I'm going on vacation soon, and over my dead body, am I taking this with me? So I need a drugstore alternative to get me through my vacation, and I've decluttered all my foundations because they weren't working for me with my newfound skin issues. So I'm eating my words here, guys. This is just incredible. And last but not least, my eyeshadow, y'all. It's so intense, and yes, it's all matte. I'm not sure how I feel about the all matte perspective, but I'm rocking it today, doing the best I can with it. But it is from my newest palette to my collection, and my first ever BlendBunny palette, the Blends palette. Look how beautiful this cover is, but even more beautiful than the cover is the color story. Wowzers, right? Just wow. So beautiful. And I used these three shades up here. I used this in the crease, this in the outer corner, and this outer corner, and this all over the lid. This is an all matte palette. I was fully aware of that going into it. I just know that out of all BlendBunny's palettes right now, as affordable as they are, I can just really only swing one right now with money being kind of tight. I know I would get the most use out of this color story than any of her other color stories. But this performed so amazing. Granted, I've only used 4 shades. I used the 3 green and the black as a liner. It is everything that is hyped up to be. It blended phenomenally. 0 effort on blending. It built up exceptionally well. It was just, those 4 shades were phenomenal, and I'm so excited to keep using this. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I sure appreciate it. Little bit of hair and fragrance and skincare and tomatoes and, of course, eyeshadow palettes. But so these are some first stop reviews on this stuff. I do intend to follow up on it. Let me know what y'all think. I sure appreciate you hanging out with me, and I will catch you in my next one. Later much.